Make the ground shake.
Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Tom Gummy, and today we are back for another sketch tutorial. Today we are doing Banks, otherwise known as Ricky Banks or Faze Banks, who is also a member of Clout Gang. So a while ago we did the Rice Gum tutorial and you guys absolutely loved it. It did really well, so I appreciate that. If you haven't already seen that, go check it out, links in the description. And you guys really wanted to see a Banks tutorial, so I thought I'd get it out as soon as possible. So this was designed by myself and also BorosBros. The reason I say that is because Boros did a really awesome design, and then I kind of took that, improved it, and added a bit more detail, changed a few things, updated it a bit, and yeah, that's basically how we've got to the design today. So the blocks you're going to need anyways is black wool, black concrete, red wool, white wool, grey concrete, white terracotta, light grey terracotta, block of quartz, lime terracotta, blue concrete, blue wool, spruce planks, dark oak planks, and dark oak wood slabs. So I'll give you guys a second to pause there, grab them blocks into your inventory, and then we'll get straight into building. Before we do that, however, I do want to say apologies if my voice sounds a bit off. That's because I must be going down with like a cold or something. It's a bit rough, so yeah, apologies for that. If you notice it, hopefully it won't be too bad, should I say. But yeah, apart from that, if you do enjoy the video, a like at the end would very much be appreciated, and a subscription if you haven't already, that would be also really cool. But yeah, apart from that, let's get straight into building. So just like the everyday standard tutorial, we're going to start off with the legs and work our way up. So the legs are 12 blocks tall and 8 blocks wide. Of course, we're going to work layer by layer, so each layer is 8, and there's 12 layers in total. So starting off, we're going to find a nice empty space, and we're going to start off by placing 8 white wool. So we place 1, 2, 3, whoops, not like that, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in a row like so. The second layer is going to be 8 red wool, so again from left to right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and again that's layer number 2. Layer number 3 is going to be 1 red wool, 2 white, 2 red, 2 white, 1 red, and that is layer number 3. And then layer number 4, which is technically the final layer of the shoes, is going to be 1 grey wool, 2 white, 2 grey, 2 white, and 1 grey concrete. So in front of you, you have 4 layers so far, each one again 8 wide, and that is essentially the shoes complete. So essentially, we're going for the Jordans look, so this one being red and white Jordans, of course, and yeah, that's essentially what it is white trim at the bottom, the red shoes, and then the white kind of part at the front. Now, we'll get onto that later on when we get around to the sides and the rear, but for now, I just want to kind of point out the design choices and the reason we're doing certain things. So moving on now to the actual legs or the trousers itself for the remaining 8 layers. For this, I've essentially decided to do grey jeans, like skinny torn jeans, so you can see parts of his leg shining through. And the reason I've decided to do this is because normally he wears a lot of darker coloured skinny jeans with ripped parts in, and I decided not to do black because I didn't want it to be the exact same colour as the hoodie, and we'll get into that later on as to why. But for this, we chose to use grey wool and grey concrete. So anyways, with that explanation, the 5th layer is going to be 2 concrete, 1 wool, 1 concrete, 1 wool, 2 concrete, and 1 wool. And again, that is the 5th layer. As you may have noticed, after every single layer I'm backing up just so you can pause if you feel it's necessary. Now, the 6th layer is going to be as following: 1 concrete, 1 wool, 3 concrete, 1 wool, and 2 concrete. And again, that is our 6th layer, so the halfway mark. Our 7th layer is going to be 1 grey concrete, 2 white terracotta, 1 wool, 1 concrete, 2 wool, and 1 concrete. And again, that is our 7th layer. So as you can see, we're starting to get a bit of the skin showing through the legs. The 8th layer is going to be 2 grey concrete, 1 grey wool, 3 grey concrete, 1 white terracotta, and 1 grey concrete. And again, that is our 8th layer. So again, opportunity to pause, give you a few seconds. Moving on now to our 9th layer, we're going to do 1 grey wool, 2 white terracotta, 1 grey concrete, 1 wool, 2 white terracotta, and 1 grey wool. And once again, that is our 9th layer. Our 10th layer is going to be 1 grey concrete, 1 grey wool, 1 white terracotta, 3 grey concrete, so again 3 grey concrete, 1 grey wool, and 1 grey concrete, and that is layer number 10. Layer number 11 is going to be as following: 1 grey concrete, 1 wall, 1 concrete, 1 wall, 4 concrete, bring us all the way to the end. And our 12th and final layer is going to be as following: 4 grey concrete, 2 grey wall, 1 concrete, and 1 block of wall. And it's as simple as that. Very, very minor kind of detailing, and essentially it's just as to give a bit of pattern to the jeans, I guess you can say, just so it's not 100% flat. And again, as I said, I'll explain later on, but the jumper is going to be very, very plain, and that's because I don't want the tutorial to be overcomplicated, so I've tried to make the designs a bit more simplistic. So yeah, that is the legs. That is a 12x8, so 12 tall, 8 wide, and that's complete. If you want to pause here, now would be a good time to do so, and yeah, I do recommend. So, moving right along, keeping the pace up, and again, apologies if I am going too fast, but that's kind of why I'm encouraging you to pause video whenever you feel it's necessary. I'm trying to get out of the habit of making like hour-long videos, get back more into the half an hour to 40-minute range. So let me know how you feel about that, but that's ideally the kind of range I'm going for at the moment. Anyways, continuing with the body. So the body is going to be 12x8, just like the legs, and we're going to start off with our first layer with 1 black concrete, 6 black wool, and 1 black concrete. So that's layer number 1. Now from layer number 1, and this is like the base layer, bear in mind it's going to be 12 by 8. Now the arms are going to be 12 by 4. So what this means is the first layer of the arms is in line with the first layer of the body. So the way we're going to do this is we're going to go 1 to the left using white terracotta, 1 light grey terracotta, and 2 white on the left side, and we repeat this on the right side. So we go 1 white, 1 light grey, 2 white, and that's 4 to the left, 4 to the right. Essentially what that's doing is just marking out where the hands start. It means later on we don't actually have to like count out and mark where the hands start. It'll already be there and we'll be ready to go. But for now, we're not going to worry about that. We'll come back to that later on in the video. So for now, we're just going to ignore it and pretend it doesn't exist. Continuing now with the body, again that's 12 tall, 8 wide. The second layer commences just on top of this black concrete here. We're going to do the exact same again. So we do a second layer of 1 black concrete, 6 black wool, and 1 black concrete. The third layer is as following: 1 black concrete, 2 black wool, 2 white wool, 2 black wool, and 1 black concrete. On top of this, we're going to do 1 black wool, 1 black concrete, 4 black wool, 1 black concrete, and 1 black wool. And that is layer number 4. Layer number 5 now is going to be 2 black wool, 4 black concrete, and 2 black wool. And as you can see, you should now have something that looks like this. So that is the first 5 layers. Now, for the remaining 7 layers, we're going to do simply 8 black wool. So we're just going to build, again, 7 layers of 8. So that's the second layer. This is the third layer. The fourth. Working on the 5th now. The 6th. And then finally the 7th layer, as you can see. So that is now 12 layers tall. And what we're in fact going to do is on the 12th layer, we're going to count 1, 2, 3. And on the 4th and 5th block, we're going to punch it out and replace it with white terracotta. But apart from that, it's very, very plain. And that's again kind of part of the intention of me making these videos a bit shorter. So normally I'd go ahead and grab some coal and kind of splatter around a bunch just to give it a bit of texture, similar to what I did with the legs. But I think for this, the jumper can be very, very plain. Legs require a bit of detail, otherwise they just look flat. But for this is essentially the hoodie. So this is one of his Loose Change branded hoodies. I was originally going to do a Loose Change logo, so the 2 circles with the cross going through it. It just doesn't work in this confined space. So I've kind of made a few changes and changed it into the rose hoodie instead, which is the black hoodie, which has the rose on the arm. But I'll discuss that in a second. What we're going to do, and this is completely optional because the actual full-on hoodie design has 2 rings. It doesn't actually have the like cordons, so you could do something like this. Personally, I don't like that. So what we're going to do is actually put the cordons, like the little things you pull to tighten the hood. It doesn't actually on the original jumper have this, but I'm adding it because I think it signifies that it is a jumper and makes it a bit more obvious to someone who might not understand what this is. So what we're going to do is come to the top left corner. We're going to count 1, 2, and 3, and we're going to place 1 black concrete, leave a 2 block gap, place another black concrete. Again, there should be a 2 block gap on the side. And on the left one, we're going to go down 1, and then underneath place 1 white wall. On the right one, we go down 2, so slightly different lengths, and place 1 white wall, as you can see. So it should currently look something like this. That is the front side of the body. That is 12 tall, 8 wide, and again, if you want to pause, you are more than welcome to do so. So now what we're going to do is start working on the arms. We're going to start on the left side first. We'll go to the right afterwards because it's a bit more simplistic. So we start on the left one. We come to the 13th layer of the build. We go 4 blocks to the left, that being 1 white, 1 light grey, and 2 white. The second layer now is going to be 4 white terracotta, and then the remaining 10 layers is going to be out of our black concrete. So we do 10 layers of 4 black black wool. I don't know why I said black concrete, black wool. So we do that all the way up to the top. Lucky I noticed that right there, and we didn't get like halfway through the tutorial and I just realised that I'd had a bit of a wander of the mind. So you can see that is 12 by 4. And what we're exactly going to do now is come to the first layer of the black wool, so that is the third layer. And we're going to start off with the third block from left, and we're going to punch it out and replace with white wool. So this is our first starter point. From here, we're going to go up diagonal to the left, up diagonal to the right, up diagonal to the left, up diagonal to the right, and up diagonal to the right. So you'll end up having a pattern that looks like this. So go ahead and fill it all in with white wool. And I'll back up just so you can see what it looks like. From this top one right here, I don't know if I said to the left there or to the right, but up diagonal twice to the right. From here, go up diagonal to the left, and then down diagonal to the left, and place 2 white wool there, and that gives you a kind of flower shape. This is, and if you haven't seen Faze Bank's loose change line, this is the hoodie design that has the rose embroidery on the side. Now, of course, it doesn't look 100% like a rose, of course, because it's Minecraft, so we're a bit limited by what we can do, but that's kind of just to signify that and make it a bit more obvious. So again, I'm going to back up just so you can see whereabouts it is. There should be a 3 block gap in between the rose and the top of the arm, and that is again 12 by 4, and that's the left arm complete. Now what we're going to do on the right side is the exact same, just minus the white. So we start off on the first layer, again 13th layer of the build, go 4 blocks to the right, so that's 1 white, 1 light grey, 2 white. Second layer is going to be 4 white, and then we do 10 layers of black wool. I got it right this time, not black concrete, black wool. So 10 layers of 4 black wool, and that'll bring you all the way up to the top, and that is your right arm complete. Now, one thing I will say is, technically speaking, on the jumper, on the actual official real-life jumper, the rose is kind of at a corner angle. So what I've done is, because I can't build a rose here, is I've put one on the front and one on the side. If you don't want to do that and you just want to keep one on the front, that's cool. That's up to you. But I've added the opportunity. So I will explain how to do it. If you want to add it, that's up to you. If you don't, that's also, again, up to you. So that is essentially what it should look like so far. That is 12 by 8 for the legs, 12 by 8 for the body, and 12 by 8 for each arm, and of course the 3D effects with the chords. Now what we're going to do is actually start making it into a 3D statue, and the way we're going to do this is by coming around to the left side of the legs, and we're going to expand 1, 2, 3 to the left using white wool. Now, if you look at it from this, it should be basically a backwards L. So what we're aiming to build is a 12 by 4. It is indeed already 12 tall because we've got this existing layer here, which is the front side. And this, incidentally, is the 4th block of each row, which means what we're going to do is only be placing 3 blocks per layer, because 3 plus 1 equals 4, and that's going to give us our 12 by 4. Hopefully that makes sense. So, essentially, if we go left to right, the second layer is going to be 2 white wool and 1 red. The third layer is going to be 3 red wool. The fourth layer now is going to be 1 grey and then 2 grey concrete. On top of that, for the 5th layer, we're going to do 1 grey concrete, 1 grey wool, and 1 grey concrete. So again, that is the 5th layer. For the 6th layer, we do 3 grey concrete, so nice and easy, nice and simple. For the next layer, on top of that, we're going to do 1 grey wool, 1 concrete, and 1 wool. On top of this, we're going to do 1 concrete and 2 wool. And then on top of that, we're going to do 3 concrete. The next layer we're going to do is 1 grey wool, 1 concrete, and 1 grey wool. Second to last layer, which is the 11th layer, is going to be 2 grey wool, 1 concrete. And then the 12th layer is going to be 1 concrete, 1 wool, and 1 concrete. So that is a 12 by 4, as you can see right here, 12 tall, 4 wide. And yeah, that is the left side of the leg. So again, I'll give you guys a second to pause. This is from a corner angle, just makes it a bit more obvious. And then, of course, from a head-on angle. So the right side, the good news about that is it's the exact same. So if you want to copy it over, that's up to you. However, I'm going to explain it nevertheless, just in case anyone actually wants me to. So let's head around to the right side now, and we're going to go just like before, 1, 2, 3 to the right using white wool. The second layer is going to be 1 red wool and 2 white, and the third layer is going to be 3 red. So that's the first 3 layers complete. Again, just to mention, it is 12 by 4. First block is already done, so that means we're placing 3 blocks per layer, but hopefully that was pretty self-explanatory from what I said on the other side. So the 4th layer is going to be 2 grey concrete and 1 wall. The 5th layer is going to be 1 concrete, 1 wall, 1 concrete. On top of this, for the 6th layer, we're going to do 3 concrete. And for the 7th layer, we're going to do 1 wall, 1 concrete, 1 wall. Next layer, which is the 8th layer, we're going to do 2 wall and 1 concrete. For the 9th layer, we're going to do 3 concrete. The 10th layer is going to be 1 wall, 1 concrete, 1 wall. The 11th layer, being the second to last layer, is going to be 1 concrete, 2 wall. And then the 12th and final layer is going to be 1 concrete, 1 wall, 1 concrete. So that is a 12 by 4, as you can see, exact same as the other side, and from a corner angle, looks like this. That is right side of the leg, exact same as the left side. So again, just a brief second to pause, and then we'll move swiftly along. I want to keep, again, the video nice and short, and again, let me know what you think about that, whether you want more kind of intense, detailed designs, or you want slightly shorter videos with more basic, kind of simplistic designs like this. Anyways, moving swiftly along. What we're going to do is grab our white terracotta, and we're going to come to the rear side of the arm and come to the bottom layer. So basically the layer which is the white terracotta and the light grey. And what we're going to do is go 1, 2, 3 all the way back on each layer. And we do this on the other side as well. And what this does is gives us a 4x4 platform of white terracotta from below. As you can see, this is the left side. And if we head around to the right side, it should be the exact same. As you can see, 4x4. And essentially what this is meaning is that there won't be holes in the bottom of the hands, which is also always really nice. It's always nice to not have holes in the bottom of your hands. So once that's done, that's essentially going to give us a platform that we can build on the sides of the arm. So we're going to come around to the left side first, get that out the way first because it's the more difficult of the two. So just like before with the legs, it is a 12 by 4 and this layer is already done, which means we're placing 3 blocks per layer. So just like we did on the front side, the first 2 layers is going to be white terracotta. The first one will already be done, so just place 3 white terracotta for the second layer. And then we're going to place 10 layers of 3 black wool. Now again, this is optional, but if you want to punch out the rows on this side, because of course it should be on the corner, but we can't do that, so I'm going to have it on the front side and the side. What you do is you come to the third layer, so the first layer of black wool, come to the second block, punch it out, replace with white wool. From here you go up diagonal to right, to the left, to the right, to the left, and to the left again. Again, go ahead and place white wool in each one you've just punched out, and it should end up looking something like this. Now from this top left corner, we're going to go up diagonal to right, and then down diagonal to right, replace those 2, and that is your rows. Now what you'll notice is this one on the corner here goes onto the rear of the design, and that is a slight issue, so I don't know how I feel about it 100%, but there's no real fix without ruining it, because if we move it one over to the right, then it ruins the front side. So again, it's not ideal, but what can you do? That's the best we can kind of make of this situation. Again, if you don't want to add this and you just want to keep to the front side, that's cool. The reason I did is because if you don't add it, it kind of just looks like this is like a naff tattoo, and yeah, I don't know how to fix it, really. So that's the best I could get. If you want to change it and try and improve it yourself, you're more than welcome to do so, but it is, of course, difficult. Anyways, now talking about the other side, this is the left side of the arm, 12 by 4. Coming around to the other side, the right side, it's the exact same, just minus the white. So the first 2 layers is going to be white terracotta, and then just like before, you do 10 layers of 3 black wool, and that brings you all the way up to the top, and that is the right side of the arm complete. Wonderful. So again, just to give you a view, that's from the corner angle, and you can see the statue's kind of around really nicely, and it's starting to look like an actual statue, until you come around to the rear side, of course, and then you notice there is a massive gap and it's just not complete in the slightest. So that's what we're going to work on now, is the rear side of the legs, and then the rear side of the body, and then the rear side of the arms, on of course the shoulders. So for the rear side of the legs, just like the front side, it's 12 by 8, however left side and right side is already got a layer, so that's 2 layers already done. What that means is we're only going to be placing 6 blocks per layer, because the 2 at the ends adds on to 6, and that gives us our 8. So essentially, you can see here, first layer, 6 white wool, links left side to right side. Second layer is again going to be 6 white wool. The third layer is going to be 6 red wool, and then this brings us into our pattern, which I'm going to do layer by layer, slightly, ever so slightly slower, just so you can make sure you get it right. So the fourth layer is going to be 2 red wool, 2 grey wool, and 2 red wool. And that is your fourth layer. Your fifth layer is going to be 1 grey wool, 1 grey concrete, 1 grey wool, and 3 grey concrete. Your sixth layer is going to be 1 grey concrete, 1 grey wool, 1 concrete, 1 wool, concrete, wool. So that's layer number 6. Layer number 7 is going to be 1 concrete, 1 wool, 2 concrete, wool, and a concrete. Again, backing up so you can pause. Layer number 8 is going to be 3 concrete, 1 wool, 2 concrete. Layer number 9 is going to be 1 wool, 1 concrete, 1 wool, 2 concrete, and 1 wool. So that's the first 9 layers. Layer number 10 is going to be 2 concrete, 2 wool, 2 concrete. That's layer number 10. Layer number 11 is going to be 1 wool, 2 concrete, 1 wool, 1 concrete, 1 wool. And then layer number 12, our final layer, is going to be 1 concrete, 1 wool, 2 concrete, 1 wool, 1 concrete. So once you've done that, that is a 12x8, and that is the rear side of the legs complete. You can see here, this is kind of like the rear of the shoe, and then the point at the back, which is kind of like, what's it called? This is like your heel, and then this is the part that kind of points up at the back and supports the rear of your ankle, which of course in Jordans is a lot higher than the standard shoe, hence why it's 4 blocks tall. So yeah, 12x8, that is the rear side of the legs, and again, if you want to pause, you are more than welcome to do so. So, that now brings us onto the rear side of the body. So the rear side of the body, we're going to do a 12x8, and again, just like what we did on the front side, it's very much just plain. In fact, this side is just plain. So on the front side, it is a 12x8 of black wool with a few details. This rear side is just a 12x8 of pure black wool. So all you need to do is just go layer by layer, 12 layers in total, building nothing but black wool. And the good news is this carries over into the rear of the arms as well. So once you've done the 12x8, and you'll know you have because it will match up to the exact same height as the front side, so you can go ahead and link them together by placing 2 black wool on each row, like so. You'll see, again, that's the 12x8 of black wool. What we're then going to do is on either side, we're going to place 1 row of white terracotta on each side. So that's 2 layers of terracotta, already done, the one we already had plus the one we've just added. And we're going to do a 10x3 area on each side for black wool. So on the left arm, we've placed 10 layers of 3 black wool, and we do the exact same on the right side, and that will bring you again up to the same height, up to the point, the very top, 24 layers off the floor, and that will be the rear side of the design complete. Again, looks a tad plain, but that's kind of just to shorten things up, make it a bit more concise. You could go ahead and add like a whole bunch of detail with the black concrete, or alternatively coal, like I would on a standard design. So let me know what you think of this, again, shorter format. Now, the one anomaly here is the white wool. Again, it's not ideal. If you remove it, it kind of ruins the side look, though. It just makes it look like a bit of a zigzag. So again, you kind of have to keep it unless you just get rid of that. It's not the biggest deal in the world, but it is slightly annoying. Alternatively, you could just go ahead and bring around the design to this side by making another flower shape like this. And if you do want to, feel free to pause it and copy it over. But again, I think if you add it for a third time, it's kind of overusing the design a bit, or overusing the pattern, and it is not ideal in my eyes. But again, you can change that if you want and play around with it. That's up to you. But yeah, that is the rear side. That is 12x8, 12x4, and of course the rear side of the legs, which is again 12x8. So I'll give you guys a brief second to pause there. And that brings us to our final point of the body before we're going to move on to the head, which is the shoulders. So go ahead and fill that in, also with black wool. Very, very simple. And I'll give you a 16x4 of black wool. And that is essentially the final part of the body before we're ready to move on to the head. So what I'm going to do is get rid of my arm, and we're going to have a little fly around. So we're going to come to each specific part of the statue. I'll give you guys an opportunity to pause, catch up, and also I'll give you a bit of information just in case there is any important information you might need to know. So this is the front side of the legs. That is 12x8. And again, pause whenever. I'm not going to say that every time because that'll be a tad annoying. Moving on up, we have the front side of the body, which is again 12x8, and the front side of each arm, which is 12x4. Of course, we have the 3D effects on the front side of the body in the top center area. Come around to the left side, we have the left side of the leg. That is a 12x4. We have the underside of the left arm, which is a 4x4, and we have the left side of the arm, which is a 12x4. Coming around to the right side, exact same as the left in terms of the legs, that is 12x4. The underside is 4x4, and slightly different is the right side of the arm, which is 12x4, which is simply just 2 layers of white terracotta and 10 layers of black wool. Coming around to the rear side, we have the rear side of the legs, that is 12x8. We have the rear side of the body, 12x8, and the rear side of each arm, 12x4. And then the final side, which is the shoulders, is 16x4, and consists mainly of black wool. So once you've done that, you should have something which hopefully looks like this. That is your body so far, and of course we're missing a head, so that's what we're going to work on. So let me grab my arm back, and then we'll start making some progress on the head. So for the head, again this is the part that was heavily inspired by Boros' design. We're going to come to the front left corner, and we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, and on the 5th block, we're going to place a spruce plank. So let me get the spruce plank onto my hotbar. So we place 1 spruce plank and bring it 2 forwards. On the right side, we do the exact same. So we count 1, 2, 3, 4, and on the 5th block, place a spruce plank, bring it 2 forwards. Now, in between the spruce planks, on the outer layer, we're going to place 2 white terracotta, and then we're going to place 2 light grey terracotta, I don't know where I got cyan from, and 2 white terracotta, and then on the inside layer, we're just simply going to place 6 white terracotta. What this gives us is an 8x2 overhang, as you can see right here. And what we're then going to do is come around to the side and expand 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 all the way back using spruce planks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and join together on the rear side just like we did on the front side with 2 layers of 6, this time just using simply spruce planks. And what this gives us is an 8x8 square. This is the template we're going to be using for the head, because the head in total is an 8x8x8 cube. So we've got the front side, the left side, the right side, and of course the rear side. We're going to worry about the front side first, aka the face, so we'll get that out of the way, and then we'll start working on the alternate sides. Okie dokie. So we've already got the first layer complete. That consists of 1 spruce plank, 2 white terracotta, 2 light grey, 2 white, and 1 spruce plank. The second layer is going to be 8 white terracotta. The third layer is going to be 1 white terracotta. This is when we're going to need our quartz and our blue wool. So we place 1 quartz, 1 blue wool, 2 white terracotta, 1 blue wool, 1 quartz, and 1 white terracotta. Then what we're going to do is swap out the blue wool with the blue concrete. For the next layer, exact same, 1 white terracotta, 1 quartz, and instead of blue wool we use 1 blue concrete, 2 white terracotta, 1 blue concrete, 1 quartz, and 1 white terracotta. So that is the first 4 layers complete. The 5th layer is going to be 8 white terracotta. So far you can see we've got his mouth, we've got his eyes. The next layer is going to be 8 spruce planks. So we're going to place 8 spruce planks. And then on top of that, we're going to place 2 layers of 8 black wool. So that's 2 layers of 8 black wool. And once you've done that, as you can see, it looks something like this. So that is an 8x8 square. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8x8 square. So it should look something like this. However, this does not look like Banks so far. This just looks like some guy that's got a bandana on his head and does have no eyebrows. And so what we're going to do is we're going to grab ourselves our dark oak wood slabs. And on top of the eyes, so on this white terracotta here, which is the 5th layer, on the 2nd and 3rd block we're going to place 2 dark oak slabs. And on the 6th and 7th also place 2 more. And that's now our eyebrows. Now what we're also going to do is we're going to grab ourselves our lime terracotta, and in front of the spruce planks as a 3D effect we're going to place 2 layers of lime terracotta, so it extends out like so, and then on the 3rd layer we're going to leave 1, place 6, and then leave 1, so it kind of gives you like a curved shape like you get at the front of a snapback. Now again, this is kind of representing the snapback he wears. I know the snapback is a greyish colour, but we've kind of made it a darkish black colour instead, and what we're going to go ahead and do is on the 2nd to top layer, so 7th layer, we're going to count to the 4th and 5th block in the middle, and we're going to punch it out and replace with 2 white wool, just a little logo in the centre. Just small touches, but it is what it is. What you can also do if you really want to is, because technically the top of the cap is black, or at least the part at the front is black, and the underneath is green, so what you could do if you wanted to is get some black carpet and add a layer of black carpet on top. The only issue with this is that it makes it look a bit weird, because from the side it's green, but on top it's black. It looks alright, so you can keep it if you want. I don't personally like it that much, but I could understand why people would. But from below it looks like this, and then from above like this. But again, I'm just going to change this up because I personally like it a bit better without the carpet. So yeah, that is the front side. Again, if you want to pause, you're more than welcome to do so. And then now we're going to start working on the other sides. So for the left side, again, it's an 8x8 square. We're going to start off by coming to the 6th block, which is this one right here from left, and replacing it with white terracotta. So we have 5 spruce planks, 1 white terracotta, 2 spruce planks. The second layer is going to be, let me grab my spruce planks back. We're going to place 2 spruce planks, 2 white terracotta, 1 spruce plank, 1 dark oak, 1 spruce. The third layer is going to be 1 spruce, 2 white terracotta, 1 spruce, 1 dark oak, 2 spruce. So that's the third layer. The fourth layer is going to be 1 dark oak, 5 spruce, and 1 white terracotta. The fifth layer is going to be 2 spruce, 1 dark oak, 2 spruce, 1 dark oak, and 1 spruce. And then the remaining 3 layers is going to be black wool. So we're going to do black wool all the way across. And then what we're going to go ahead and do is punch out this 1 spruce right here and replace again with black wool. Now what you can also do is come to the top right corner, punch out that 1 black wool there. And the reason we do this is because if you come to the front side, it makes the hat a bit more curved. And that's a nice touch. Again, you don't have to, but I personally do like it. So yeah, from the left corner, it currently looks like this. What we're then going to go ahead and do is add the side of a hood. So the way we do this is we come to the bottom left corner. We're going to place a 2x2 3D effect of black wool. And then on the lower half, so from this block here, we're going to expand 1, 2, 3 to the right like so. And that is the hood from the jumper. So again, this is the left side with the 3D effect complete. And again, if you want to pause, you are more than welcome to do so. Now what we're going to do is head around to the right side. It is indeed the exact same design, so if you want to copy it yourself, you're more than welcome to do that, although I am going to go for it nevertheless. So if you come around to the right side, we're going to go to the third block from left and replace with white terracotta, just like we did on the other side. Now the second layer is going to be 1 spruce, 1 dark oak, 1 spruce, and then 2 white terracotta, and 2 spruce planks. The third layer is going to be 2 spruce planks, 1 dark oak, 1 spruce plank, 2 white terracotta, and 1 spruce plank. On top of this, we're going to do 1 white terracotta, 5 spruce planks, and 1 dark oak, so that is the fourth layer. On top of this, we're going to do 1 spruce plank, 1 dark oak, 2 spruce, 1 dark oak, and 2 spruce, and that is layer number 5. For the remaining 3 layers, we're going to do simply black wool. That'll bring us up to the top layer. And just like before, we're going to go ahead and replace that spruce plank with black wool right there, just so it matches with the cap. And come to the front left corner, punch that one out if you've done it on the other side. If you haven't, don't, because otherwise it's going to be lopsided. So that's what it looks like without the 3D effect. And of course, if you come to the front side, you'll see what it looks like with the top corners punched out. Now for the 3D effect, just like before, we come to the bottom right corner. We're going to place a 2x2 of black wool, and on the lower half we go 1, 2, 3 to the left, like so. So that is the right side of the head. Second to last side, which is the rear side, if you come around to here, what we're going to do is for the first 2 layers, we've got the first one done already. For the second layer, we just place 6 blocks of spruce. So of course we've got the left side and the right side already done, which means we're placing 6 in the middle to link either side to give us out 8x8. The third layer is going to be 1 spruce, 1 dark oak, 2 spruce, 1 dark oak, and 1 spruce. On top of this, we're going to do 6 spruce. And on top of that, we're going to do 1 dark oak, 4 spruce, and 1 dark oak. For the next layer, we're going to do 1 black wool. Then we're going to grab ourselves our lime terracotta. We place 4 lime terracotta and 1 black wool. For the 5th layer, we're going to, not the 5th layer, the 7th layer, we're going to do 2 black wool, 2 spruce, and 2 black wool. And then for the 8th layer, we're going to do 6 black wool. And essentially, what this is his hair. This is kind of like the back of the hat, like a little clip. And this is the hair just in the bit above it. What we're then going to do, so that's the 8x8, is for the bottom 2 layers, we're going to do 2 rows of 8 black wool as 3D effects of course being the hood, and then underneath we're also covering this spruce by placing an 8x2 underneath of, again, black wool. So that is the hood fully finished. As you can see, it goes all the way around the side, the back, and below, and you're left with something that looks like this from the rear. Now the final side we need to do is of course the top, so go ahead and fill that in with black wool. Again, if you've got the front corners missing, feel free to miss them out. If not, again, just fill it in. Now once you've gone ahead and done that, that is your statue complete, and that is Mr. Ricky Banks or Faze Banks. So again, just to give you a little idea of what's going on here, we've got the sideburns and then going into the hat, and yeah, that's essentially the design idea of the head. Of course, you're more than welcome to change it up a bit if you feel it's necessary, but apart from that, again, I want to give credit where credit is due to BorosBros, who came up with the original design for the head. I have adapted it a bit, but of course most of the work was done by him, so I want to make sure that is known to you guys. But if you did enjoy this tutorial, this is, again, a very short one compared to normal, please do consider leaving a like and a comment down below to say, again, if you like the shorter format or the longer format. And if you're new to the channel, a subscription would definitely be appreciated. Trying to get to 100k, so that would be awesome. But apart from that, again, I really do hope you enjoyed. If you haven't checked out the rice gun video already, I'll link that down in the description, as I said previously. But apart from that, again, apologies for the voice. Bit croaky, powered for it though. So yeah, until next time, my name has been Gummy, and goodbye.
Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light